Yeah, the recording is turned on and we can start. So hello everyone, and here we're starting the second episode of Enecuum News, and with you as usual, Roman and Serge. And today we still doing the news on Telegram, but starting the next episode, we are going to do it on Twitter. So I want to remind you that you can and you should ask your questions. You can ask them both in text form in our chat or in voice form. To ask a question live, please raise your hand and we will let you to ask your question. And the recording or the news will be available in a couple of hours. So let's start. And the first news is that the launch of the bridge is getting closer. So we summed up the results of those who reported bugs on Enecuum network and on NXSpace platform. So here I want to mention CryptoBania project and Alex for his help to the project, including the research, including the searching for bugs in POA mining. So that's why we added to his rewards in the Enecuum also 1 year of mining slot. So Serge, please tell us more about it.
Yeah, this reward in a mining slot is for a bug in distribution of POA chances of mining a block for different POA users and specifically dependency on what token they mine. There were incorrect distribution, not as we described in our specification on mining slots. So it became obvious for CryptoBania project when they launched their mining token, and we didn't saw this discrepancy, but empirically, logically, we found a part that might cause such kind of error. We made a fix, and it seemed to help made correct distribution, but we didn't announce this fix because we didn't have exact data proving the problem or proving the fixing. So it was solely on experience of several users, and we wanted to see the whole picture, some statistics, but it is rather hard work to make such distribution and such data, gather such data. So since there are a lot of time already passed, we want to make a reward for this bug searching and helping the project. Maybe in future we will find in the history the distribution of rewards, and we will publish exact difference between expected and real results and what we made by the fix. It's about POA, and for bridge, the CryptoBania project is, I think, the only detailed. They made very detailed and report on various aspects that helped a lot. So yeah, we want to thank them.
Yes, and I want to say thank to all bug hunters to report us, and to all of you will be rewarded. So feel free to chat to me or in our communities with bug hashtag. We will check it and check your bugs. And if we could repeat it, we will reward you. So let's move to the next news, and the next one is about breach. So we are working on it according to the plan. So Serge, please tell us in a couple of words about the breach.
Yeah, we continue to work on user interface. We extend the history section with detailization on exact steps from what network, what step were produced, when it was made, add links to blockchain explorers in different networks. So it will be much it will be easier to understand the status and how it performs in terms of maybe usability. Also, we add resend function for somehow failed transactions, maybe on not enough balance, on some other errors. It will help with this. Speaking of smart contracts, we implemented passing token name via the bridge, and now we test this functionality. It is not yet in Bit network, but we are preparing this to release. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And let's move to the next piece of news, and it's about voting. So today we will update the mechanics of voting. There will be two stages. In this case, the first stage of voting will be about general approach. As example, the approach reduce mining period and burn some of team tokens. And after that will be the second stage, where the winner of the first stage will be determined in some parameters. So according to my example, it's how much to burn and how much to reduce the mining period. So in this case, you don't need to, if you already voted, you don't need to do anything. So all pools will be the same, but just without numbers in the first stage. And let me recall that the token of the team don't participate in the voting. Therefore, us, the community, to take an active part in this voting is very important. So please vote with your Enecuums, and let's decide what to do next together. No, Serge, maybe you want to add something.
Yeah, I think not. Maybe just once again, now we vote only for approach, for idea of emission changes or fees change, but exact numbers will be in the second voting stage.
Oh, yes, let's move to the second news. Also, we published the vision of Trinity 2.0, and I hope you already read it, and maybe you have any questions about it. So please feel free to raise your hand and type your question in our chat. And we already received one question. This is it true that Trinity 2.0 will be a fork of Ethereum?
So this vision doesn't have exact days in it. So we speak about our perfect image of the network, and we assume that for production efficiency and stability, Ethereum code will be much more trusted by developers and users than Enecuum, unfortunately, but we need to admit this. So, but it doesn't mean that we will start such kind of transition right now. For this year, we still plan to extend Enecuum Trinity protocol, and we will publish what steps we are planning. It is just because it is easier for us to show benefits of Trinity 2.0 mining and randomness approach on our own network, because we know it better. So it will be more like a concept, and we will seek for partners and bigger players to support us in creating Ethereum-based network with Trinity 2.0 MEV/randomness approach. So Enecuum will be like a first implementation, but we think that to make it maximum to free it full utility, it should be done with Ethereum virtual machine, and to make this trustful, we need to do it on Ethereum code base, like Binance Smart Chain did. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Serge, and let's move to the next point of news, and it's about mobile development. And here we are working on PWA miners for iOS. Maybe some details.
Yeah. iOS miner is not ready yet. We still have things to do before showing it. But as a separate approach, we started towards mobile interface for Space Bridge. So now it is possible to make bridge swaps only via desktop environment and desktop extension. But we have several approaches how to make it possible on mobile. We already used Wallet Connect protocol, but we also think of adding Ethereum functionality into Android PWA. So we will now we're analyzing and we will see what approach will be preferable for this mobile bridge environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Serge. And let's move to the questions. So we have a couple of questions in our chat. So the first one, why did it take so long to realize the vulnerability in the network? So as we said that we cannot detect this vulnerability in case of a couple of fatal factors, such as a human factor from our side, because we checked the attacker's wallets, but it was looked like a third party was challenged from our side when we check it, and that's why we can detect it. The second one is the human factor from the attacker's side, because he sold in small portions of Enecuum without huge dumps and just like common big investor. So that's why we don't realize he was very, very patient guy. So, and the third point is a logical factor that it was a mistake and a smart contract, and we don't have the mechanic to check total supply difference those times. Serge, maybe you can add.
Yeah. I want to add about design flaw. So our smart contracts function on changing token supplies turned out to be very vague. It is hard to distinguish changing in supply via smart contracts calls. So we faced this problem during tests on Annex. So it was rather significant delay in Annex release was because we found total supply difference in bit network. So we developed advanced mechanic to find the supply differences. But actually we planned to apply this mechanic in pools to check if supplies are correct. But Michael found it just with bare eyes before we managed to do so. So it happened a bit earlier than our development, but yeah. This is one of the reasons why we definitely want to go for EVM now. So our smart contracts need much more work, effort to make them friendly for testing. Let's call it in this way.
Yeah, thank you. Let's move to the next question. So, how long will be the situation to this problem to be ready? So we plan to finish the voting next week, or maybe by 20 of February. So in this case, we will found the solution with the biggest stake of votes by the time. The next one are the funds for marketing, and now we have some difficulties with funds for marketing, but we are searching for the way out of this situation. Coin can be an accomplice, so no, coin is not involved in this what's called hack. So we're working close with KuCoin during the investigation. The next question is about will total supply stay the same? To make total supply the same, we need to burn around 80 million of Enecuum, so we don't have enough Enecuum to burn to make full supply the same as before the hack. And the next question is,
Maybe max supply will do the same. It depends on voting results, but currently
yeah.
we couldn't change the today's total supply.
Oh, and one more question, what the issue with the network was. So it was an exploit in smart contracts. So I think, Rubio, you can just read the article on our Medium to understand all the situation. So yeah, if someone has a question, please feel free to raise your hand or type your question in our chat. Amar is typing something. Let's wait for just a couple of seconds. Now, as I said before, I want to point it one more time that please vote with your Enecuum. It's very important for the protocol. Okay. If Amar has, it's not a question. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Serge. Have great weekends and see you next week.